Welcome. You have reached review time with Emperiol. Today's review would be The Walking Dead World Beyond, episode 4. Let's get into it. This is what I would call character development. You basically, each episode is trying to build more and more character. The group is out. Of course, we have the group of Felix and Huck, Silas, Elton, Hope, and Iris, and they're on their journey to they're on their journey to find Hope and Iris's dad, and they stumble upon a school, and they basically gonna go through the school. It's about to storm, so I guess they plan to crash there for the night. But it's a big school, so anything could be in there. Not really ideal, especially with teenagers who haven't been fully out in the world and know how to handle themselves. So when they get in there, the ideal is to split up. They can cover more ground. Iris and Silas join together. Phyllis and Elton join together. Hope and Huck join together. And they all basically venture out throughout the school. You have Felix is trying to convince Elton pretty much that he needs to convince the rest of the group that they need to turn around and get back to the campus. Of course, they do not know that the campus was already destroyed. So he's pushing them, we need to turn around. Meanwhile, Huck is trying to do the same thing with Hope, trying to convince her as well. And, they got their little journey. You also get a flashback where Hope is, she was being rebellious teen, and causing problems. And her dad really didn't have a lot of time because he was busy trying to make the world better. And she was doing a lot of things, basically crying out for attention, but she really wasn't getting it. So the elephant in the room was everybody's been talking pretty much. Okay, you see Hope and Iris when they was little, and you see both of their parents, well, the mom and the dad was both um, black, and you really was looking like, well, how Hope doesn't like look where she's mixed or whatever. So it's like, well, where did that come about? It didn't make sense. So that was kind of like the elephant in the room without being spoken. But then you see on this episode, on the flashback, where Hope was kind of like, I guess she felt like out of place, and felt like Iris was the one. Like, the dad wanted another Iris, but he didn't. He really truly loved Hope, and pretty much she was adopted. And uh, when she was adopted, I think she was right around the same age as Iris, and they comfort each other in the crib or whatever. So it was a cool little flashback story, but it kept going back to the flashback. And another time, um, she created stink bombs, but it just shows her intelligence because she was mixing chemicals to make the stink bombs and stuff like that. But of course, the dad, he didn't have time to go to the principal's office and see what was up. And then it showed her talking to him about when he was going off to help the CRM. She was just trying to tell him don't go, and she'll act better, and she won't act up. And he pretty much told her, I'm not leaving because of you. This is not you. This is so I can help the world. And she pretty much was saying, well, I think the world is it's over. So I think you're doing that for nothing. So it was some dialogue there. You had Iris and Silas. They got into a gymnasium and they got locked in, and it was a zombie leading to the basement, and then there was a wolf that was parading are wolves parading the school through the vents and stuff. So they seen Felix and Elton. They couldn't get through the gym door, so they was like, all right, well, we're gonna cross through the basement and come back out and kill that walker that's over there, and we all get through the basement. But see, when they heard the wolf, they had to go and clear clear it themselves. So on their travels through the basement, they end up seeing some walkers and zombies down in the basement or whatever. So they fought a couple off, and then the door was locked, and then you could hear Hope and Huck on the other side, and would say, help us. So then you see Silas have a flashback where it showed a couple episodes ago. It showed his hands. He was sitting next to some ambulance, and his hands were pretty much bruised, and he just went off. He seen a zombie and killed one zombie, took another and threw it on the ground and just started beating it up with his hands. And by that time, everybody broke into the basement, and Elton tried to run over to help him, and of course, he threw Elton off, and then Felix came in and was like, "Stop," and then he stopped or whatever. So it's just character development. You're seeing some flashbacks, seeing their backstories. You also get to see. You don't know if like Iris is like the mama bear, pretty much. Well, she is the mama bear. You know what I'm saying, and trying to protect everybody. You don't know if she just like got a loving concern for Silas, or they're building some type of chemistry, like love interest. I don't know. You be interested to see how things progress, and then you see where Iris is talking to Silas, and Iris is saying she's been trying to she's been trying to help the world and help other people so much. She's trying to make up for something. And he said, what? And she said, just some things. So she gonna obviously have a backstory, something she did or something she feels responsible for. And so pretty much that was the end of the episode. But at the very end of the episode, you see where it's a scientist was in a room examining zombies slash walkers, and there were test subjects of her group she used to be with. And she got a picture on her desk of, like, I guess her fellow scientists that she was working with. One of the scientists was Hope and Iris' dad. And so you see one of the scientists that was the test subject. Was four of them in the picture. You see one scientist that was the test subject or whatever, and you see him, and then she call in for the next test subject, and you don't know who that is. So it's building up the suspense. Like I said, it was four of them in there, but it was a whole room full of zombies that they were doing test subjects on. And so it makes you think, like, well, dang, is that Iris and Hope dad? Is he already a walker, a zombie, and he gonna be a test subject for her? But that's just the suspense. But that's pretty much the episode. So overall, it was just a character development episode, and decent enough, better than last week's in my opinion. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. If you are following the Walking Dead World Beyond, leave a comment. Let me know what you think so far. Until next time.